So hello and welcome back to the channel. Today something different. This is my friend, his van, T3. He has some issues with everything, electrical, water. Yes, it's a water-cooled flat engine, so something new for me. Carburetor, lots of stuff to do, but let's see what we can do about it and let's make it run a little bit better than before. So for all the subscribers already, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And if you didn't subscribe, please like, share it, and have fun with this video. So this is the engine, and what do we see here? It's water cooled. So what are the problems? Is car died on the road, so there's a possibility it's the alternator or the battery. It's a Bosch alternator. Let's see what we can do about it. Have to see about the ignition, the distributor. Carburetor we have to do some maintenance on it, do the valves, and see what we can do for the rest. So he bought this fan. It's in a very beautiful condition. Everything is on it. Very beautiful. Let's see it to the inside. So you have here the battery. I'm loading it for the moment. For the rest, yeah, pretty nice fan with the big hardtop. Yeah, it's all included. Nice padding. The cushions are very beautiful. Not much rust. Very beautiful car. So let's start with to see if the alternator is loading, yes or no. That we can see at the battery. Let me set it up and we'll be back to you. So first of all, let's see if we can start up the car, and we will measure on the battery if it has a load on it. But first of all, let's try to start it without any jumper or anything. So now the car is turning. Let us set up a multimeter. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Here. Let me hook this up. What do we got? 13 volts, 60, 63. So now I know the alternator is in a good condition and it's loading very good. So that we can put off the list. So the troubles he had with his car, I think it's a bad battery. I don't know how long it has been sit, but let me charge it a little bit. And we can come back to that in a few. So but I guess the battery is dead. You cannot put water in it. It's a self-maintenance battery, so Let's see what we can do on the engine. For the moment we will let this charge, but what I will do is certainly put a battery key on this car, so if it stands for a long time it will not take out the battery. Because as you can see, the radio that was hooked was not working well, so he took it out. It always took power, so I guess the power lines were not right installed, so that will be a problem for later. But first of all, we are going to do some maintenance at the engine, so let me set up for that, and then we can look further. So first of all, we will take the intake filter out, this hood here also. I see already an aftermarket hose. So that's always a thingy when you buy something. You always have to look very good and keep in mind in the back of your head, you always have to spend some money to take it to a better level than you buy it, because there will always be something with an old car. Let's see if we can take this off. Take this hose off here. Sorry for the noises already, because I'm living here in a very busy street. Okay, there it is. Now we take these vacuum lines off. Those clips off here. And let's see what present we have already. Oh yeah. So as you can see, a very dirty filter. Yeah. This is not what we want. Bought already a new one. As you can see, this has a nice square. This other one is, yeah, done. Okay, so that will be for later now. Okay, let's see if we can take this out. Now we can take it out. What we all have to do is oh man, it's all rusted up. Yeah, those heating tubes from the exhaust are shot, so you need new ones. I have a new fuel pump. Let me see where it is. This is the one. With new seals. So let me first take this one off. Oh man, it's very noisy here. Sorry for that. But just behind here there's a tank station, so you can get fuel on a busy street. And yeah, now we have to take this off. It's normally 13. Yep. Oh, it's loose. It's very loose. Let's see if you can see it. No. Let's see if we can do it like this. So this nut is very loose. sorry if I'm in front of the camera, it's a very difficult angle to film. So that's one. Normally we have a washer. Now the other side, that will be a little bit difficult, I guess, but it's not very tight. So this was loose. Yeah. Okay. That's one. And then take this out. Okay. So the pump is out. As you can see, there's still oil on it, but that's okay. This is the old pump. As you can see, very dirty. It was still working, but we don't know if it was working very well or what. So let me take this gasoline out here. Okay, that's out. The no-go is if you can see it, but if you want to clean it, it's always better to take those studs out, and you just put some nuts on, 2 nuts. Yeah. Then you snug it. Yeah. And then you can take it out. This one. So that gives you an advantage, a big advantage. And there they are. Yep. It's an easy trick. Let me get this off, clean it all up, and we'll be back. So now I have cleaned all around it. The only thing that I now have to do is put those studs back in. But there are always people that forget something. If you just put that stud in, if you can see, it's difficult for you, but let me show it with a screwdriver. If you have this stud here, this long, I can go through that hole into the engine. So what happens if you don't put some fluid gasket on it, the oil will comes out after time. Yeah, I know you have your gaskets and all that stuff, but I want to be sure. So this is the same sealant as Permatex. Do you need much? No. Just a little bit on the studs. That's all. That's one. Yeah, now we have that sticky moment again. Okay, that's the first one here. Don't go too far. You can put it into the engine, but that's not necessary. Okay, that's one. Use a fine brush. Now you can put some Permatex around it and take that extra around that bolt. Now we take our gasket, put that on. Yeah. And another layer onto it. Okay, that's it. It's a very sticky substance. Now we have our new guide here. Put that back in and make it sit very well. Okay. Now we have our shaft here. We put some grease on it. You can use oil also. That's the same. Just need some lubrication here. And that goes in. Now the new pump and the old, a new gasket also. So let me put a little bit of sealant on here. Just don't put it near the shaft. Now the new gasket. Okay. Now with the new pump, it's dry, so lubricate it well before you put that on. So as you can see, there's a lot of grease in it. Okay, a little bit of sealant, just a smush. Don't know if that's a word, but and you can divide it very fine with that little brush. You see? Now we put that back. Okay, and now you will feel some resistance. That's the spring in there. You need that. If you don't have that, there's something wrong. The rod is too short. You have two sorts of rods, so you have the short one and the long one. So I cleaned up the nuts, tightening it up. So the pump is back in place. The few lines are on. So let's see if it turns and how it turns. I know vacuum leaks will be on for the moment, but it's no leak because it's from the filter. Let me stuck this into here back again, like that. Okay. These lines are very good, so I will leave them. They are very flexible. So now we take the battery on and let's try to start it. Now we can drain the oil, drain the oh my god, that's stuck on it. Drain the coolant system, and with that, this was broken off here, but I had a new one. Let me see. Nope, not here. That's the oil filter. Oh, yeah, it's here. It's a new one. Okay. new one here. I'll put that on. But this has to be like that, so that's okay there. Let's not try to crack it off again. Okay, let me set this back. First we're going to drain the oil filter, and then we can do the valves. I will be back. Okay, let's drain that oil. That's a 13. Oh man. Yeah, that was stuck. Okay. Let's see how much oil there is in. Yeah, that's all old oil and smells to gas. That's a lot of oil. But I guess with these water-cooled engines they have a little bit more oil. Yeah, it's a bigger Carter here. Don't know if I can take the oil filter out in once. Maybe, yeah. Therefore we have a tool here. The filter is here. So I hope they just tight it hand tight, and it not will be a struggle to get it loose. And it's fine. Yeah. And now comes the dirty part. Yeah. Okay. Let's drain that too. Oh man. Oh, that's done. Okay. New washer on it. Put that back in. Okay. Now we tighten it up. Don't go bejesus on it. Just a good snug. Clean that oil off. So we will notice if it leaks again. But it's a new washer, so it should not happen. It's taking this all underneath it. And now the fun part. Don't know guys if you can see it or will see it. Let me there we have the filter house. We have to clean it up. And all the excessive oil. Clean it up too. Okay. Now on the filter I have already greased that up. And now what you have to do is turn it on. You don't need any tools. Just make sure you have the right oil filter. Just turn it on. Then you tighten it up with your hands, nothing else. Like that. Okay, that's done. So now the oil is still not in the engine, so don't start it. I have to take the valve covers off. Yeah. And therefore I will take this off here. That's something they put on, but I don't know. It's a little bit cheap. Yeah. But just the owner wants it running and good service, so we will do that. So place a bucket underneath it and try to open this one. I guess my tool is a little bit too big. Now we just take this one off here. Okay. I guess it's a little bit stuck in the holes. Otherwise, you have to come up. Oh, there you fall. It's a little bit tricky to film here. Yeah, and I grease those holes a little bit up. Now let's try to get them off. Oh, very easily, of course. Well, it's looking very promising. Let's take that gasket off because I have new ones and they have used rubber. Yeah. I will, oh no, it's cork. So we clean it up a little bit. And of course we have here room enough. What we have to do now is rotate until the first one is on combustion. Oh, compression, sorry. Not combustion. So in order to do your valves, you need always a piston on compression. So therefore, nice trick. You have seen that on other videos again. But here we have 1, 4, 3, 2. Yeah. How I do that, the easy way, I just turn the engine 1 time or 2 times, yeah, and then it's all done. So this is 1. I don't go to 4, 3, 2. I do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we take the cap off and we see now that he is on 3. So we turn the engine and another sign it's on 1 is that little mark there, the yellow one. But if you see here, it's directly on number 1. Second off, you can't feel it. So in order to regulate your valves, we have the firing order 1, 4, 3 and 2 on the front. So first of all, we set or mark here on top so we can regulate the first one. This engine is turning clockwise, also your distributor, so that makes it easy. But we will turn it anti-clockwise in order to regulate the valves very easy, one side at a time. And let's see how we do that. I've set the engine on the that center, top center, yeah. And if I try to move them, That's the first cylinder, that's the second one. So the engine is on the first cylinder and I have no movements at all, and that's not fine. So take your specs. I don't know in English or in on America how much it is, but here we have to take 15. Yeah, so this is 0.15 and I cannot get into it, so I have to open them up. So 0.15, I have a very small screwdriver here and we take them loose. Still no play. Oh man, they're very tight. I don't love that. See? Yeah. Now you can hear it. They have play. So now we will do those two. .15, eh? No wonder that this engine was not running fine. Now we have 15 on the spot. Yeah man, these were not on the right spot here. So we take our intake valve. Let's turn it to, okay. And that's done. Okay. So now we have some little play here, and that's very good. So what happens when the engine is warming up? Your valves getting warm and they expand a little bit. So what can happen when the engine is turning, that you will still have valves that keeps a little bit open, so you will lose some compression. See, still this is too much. Still nothing. Now we have the play here. Yeah. Okay. Now we set these puppies to 15 here. Let me take this line away. So we need 15, we don't have that. So we take our screwdriver and, sorry if I'm getting in the way, but okay. This is good. So as you can see, yeah. Okay. So now we have play again. So now this side is done. Let's take back on the valve cover and the new gasket. Let me clean up the cover. So this is a cork cover, cork gasket. You can lay it in like that and just montate it, but that we will not do that. We will take some Permatex and we put a little bit on the gasket. We do not do that on the engine side. Okay, that's done. Now we put our gasket in. Like that. Okay, and now we can put that on. Clean up the surface of the whole track. Okay, that's done. Put on the cover, and now the tricky part. Take our big screwdriver and let me take my rag here. Hopefully that's will go better. That's on again. Okay, sorry for the drop, guys. Let's do now the other side. Yeah, it's very hard to see for you guys, but here we have them, 3 and 4. So you take the gasket off. Dig them all loose. That's the third now. And even here, no play at all. It has some play again. Okay, the cover up. Oops. Yeah. Right. Okay, that's on. Putting some oil in now. Well, that engine is running a lot better now, but we need to do the carburetor still. So the engine is done, the oil is done, spark plugs are done, and the valves are done. They were really tight. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe, because I see a lot that didn't subscribe yet, and it helps me a lot and this channel. So click that notification bell also, then you will be notified for the next video. Hit the like button and subscribe, please. Share it also, whatever you like. But thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next episode, and still remember, it always stays a hobby.